Yes, a very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. Welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Michael Jordan Lukomwa, with Elizabeth Nakakoni, and we'll go straight to what we have for you in this particular arrangement. President Yoweri Museveni, in a first story, has called on the business community in Uganda to support national development plans by embracing taxation and import substitution. This was at an open-air session on matters of taxation and trade with the business community at Kololo Independence Grounds. Responding to the concerns raised by the traders' representatives, President Museveni said that the electronic fiscal receipting system, commonly known as IFRIS, is relevant in government developmental aspirations since it achieves three important things, and these are all tax collection, fair spread of tax, and protection of local factories.
Abasuubuzi abadde batannakimanya singa okuva wano olwaleero enkola eteebwa ne bakusanga ku dduuka okusinziira mu tteeka nga tolina IFRIS bakuwa penalite ya milioni 8. Ngezo ate size ez'okukola oba tolina lisiiti naye 8 gwa kubeera nga tebakusanze na kumaka IFRIS 8 million.
Abantu bano abavaliwinga ebintu byaffe baleke tubawe price yennyini gye tusuubudde nga tannaba kunteekako omusolo gwa 35%. Olwedde bwe mba ngambye nti nagigula $20 naŋŋamba nedda wagigula 4. Olwedde abantaddeko omusolo mulala gwa $20 nga tannatuuka na kunkuba musolo. Ekitegeeza abavaliwazi ekyo kye bakola ebeera double taxation.
It is not too much per level.
Kubanga si mungi nnyo ku buli ddaala.
And it brings more money for the government.
Ate kireeta ssente nnyingi mu gavumenti.
And it protects our factories.
Ate ne kikugira oba ne kikuuma factory zaffe, company zaffe ezikola ebintu wano mu ggwanga obutagwa.
So I think you should study it more. I don't see any danger there myself.
Nti mpozi tuyinza okwongera okyetegereza ennyo naye yetannalabawo bulabe bw'amaanyi mu mbeera eyo.
So therefore, the issue which is on the table,
n'olwekyo ensonga zino eziri ku mmeeza wano,
is import of consumer goods which are not medicine, which are not machinery, which are not raw materials, and which are not intermediate products. And our taxation on those items is deliberate.
Era enkola yaffe ey'okujja omusolo ku bintu ebyo ebitali mu eno category ya kigendererwa.
It is these people who don't explain it to you clearly and guide you, these the officials. Okusaka okutaliko kikomo. To import endlessly.
Kwe kuba nti tusuubula okuva mawanga g'abazungu, ag'Abachina, ag'Abayindi nga tetumala ne tusigala nga tukyasuubula mu nsi endala.
Walwendwadde bagiyita ekikulukuto.
His Excellency the President in a meeting with the traders at Kololo Independence Grounds just this very afternoon. Now, the World Food Programme are planning to set up a logistic hub in Uganda for the region to buy the locally produced food from the farmers. The World Food Programme Country Director Abdirahman Megag revealed this in a meeting with Prime Minister Rubina Nabanja at the office of the Prime Minister in Kampala.
N'okwebuuza lwaki
We apologize for that. We'll have that story later on. Minister for Public Service Wilson Muruli Mukasa has announced a national public holiday on May 10th to facilitate the country's national population and housing census. He emphasized the importance of citizens providing accurate information for effective national planning. He made these remarks at the Media Center while launching the first ever edition of the Interreligious Family Festival slated for the 29th of June 2024.
The 6th National Population and Housing Census from the past one of 2014 is expected to kick off on the 10th of May 2024. The day has already been designated a public holiday to enable working citizens, guests and refugees to be at their places of abode where enumerators will find them. It is against this backdrop that the Minister of Public Service, Honorable Wilson Muruli Mukasa, called upon the public to embrace the census for a national development.
Gazetted and there is going to be a public holiday. Therefore, all Ugandans, all people in Uganda are expected to stay at home and wait to be counted. It's important. And let's, of course, cooperate with the counters so that we give all the information that is required to them. This information is very good and be useful to enable the planners in government run well for the welfare of the Ugandans.
According to the Archbishop of the Orthodox Church, census taking has biblical precedence, citing instances in Exodus during the reign of King Caesar in Egypt.
Honorable Minister and the rest of the cabinet, guided and headed by His Excellency, they are very much interested in knowing the number of people in Uganda, so that accordingly they can do their best to give us in a better, a good, rational way their service.
In another development, poverty, among others, have been cited as the main causes of domestic violence in Ugandan households. To reduce on these numbers, the Interreligious Council of Uganda has launched a family festival slated for June 29th, 2024. The festival is aimed at providing a platform to explore best practices in peace building and share ways to address the above.
The festival will contribute to the promotion of African values and the empowerment of communities to address the challenges facing the continent that include poverty, governance challenges, unemployment, and cultural violence.
Mukasa emphasized the need to preserve cultural values and traditions, highlighting the detrimental impact of domestic violence on the country's economy.
The erosion of our culture has a direct impact on our economic well-being, and it's very costly. So the culture, therefore, should not be eroded.
Other leaders also had this to say on the increasing numbers of domestic violence in families.
As you know, that the biggest population in Uganda is facing unemployment or unemployment. That has a greater effect on family. You well know the slogans of this time, twapowa abavu n'ababuleta, twapowa ennaku ne basenga bayi ne bamama bayi. So people are like that. They don't associate with someone who doesn't have. So definitely it will cause issues within.
Under the theme Celebrating Faith, Family, Freedom, One God for African Renaissance, the Family Festival aims to promote shared values, sustainable development and peace building. President Museveni is expected to attend the Family Festival at the ceremonial grounds in Kololo on June 29, 2024. Mario Yoweri and Justin Nakami for UBC.
The Uganda People's Defence Forces and officers from the Uganda National Bureau of Standards have sensitized and trained UPDF soldiers at Gaddafi Barracks in Jinja on how to handle the upcoming national housing and population census.
"500 Uganda People's Defence Forces soldiers have been trained to conduct the upcoming national housing and population census.
You've assured us that you are going to take this task seriously. You will all come to know as you come up in developing your intellect in the military that anything related to national defense rests in the arms of the UPDF.
The Executive Director of Uganda National Bureau of Standards, Dr. Chris Mukiza, empowered soldiers to utilize the knowledge acquired from the training with ideological aspect of UPDF.
The other aspect of acquisition of logins, I can see the IT team is busy working on it. I hope you have understood the concept of census night, because that's the most important. Two most important concepts we need to grasp is census night and the household. Who stayed in this household on census night?
The head of UPDF Census Committee, Brigadier General Ephraim Mugume, said that participants were drawn from all units and formations of UPDF to work as battalion supervisors and emulators.
Census night. This team is very ready. We have taken them through the concepts. We have taken them through the navigation in the CAPI. A CAPI is this tablet which is going to be used to emulate, to capture information from the population.
The census figures guiding government planning, policy formulation, and program implementations. The National Housing and Population Census will begin on 10th May 2024 and will run for 10 days.
And the census is enumerating everybody who will be within the borders of Uganda. Members in the barracks are within the members of Uganda. But the barracks may not be easily accessed by the civilian population. That's why UBOS came to UPDF and requested that support. And we are doing this in support of the mandate given to us by the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, where we offer assistance to civil authority.
Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
As the red-eye disease still prevails in Uganda, medical practitioners from China, Uganda Friendship Hospital Naguru have taken an initiative to sensitize traders at Nakawa Market on how to fight the disease causing virus through hand washing.
A medical drive was made around Nakawa, sensitizing masses about the possible solutions to contracting red-eye disease. The head of Infection and Prevention Control at China-Uganda Friendship Hospital, Naguru, Evelyn Mugisa Niwagaba, urged Ugandans to take individual responsibility of their health and as well as disease prevention.
Ideally, it would be when you come from wherever you're coming from, before you enter your house, wash your hands, because we don't know what you've come with from outside there. So that your house is a safe place for your babies. For us mothers, you reach home and you find children waiting for you, they want to embrace you, and you've come from wherever with dirty hands. As you observe when people are washing their hands, there's no one who washes their hands and you see clean runoff. Usually the runoff is dirty because their hands are dirty. I want to bring to your awareness that there are germs everywhere. Some you can't see germs, but they are there. So it is prudent for us to wash our hands.
Whereas hand washing seems an ordinary activity, most of the traders here acknowledge China-Uganda Friendship Hospital for further educating them.
I was the first person from here to contract red-eye disease, but we did not even know how to prevent the disease. But now we've been taught how to thoroughly wash our hands.
The reason why we thoroughly wash our hands is to ensure that everything we touch is not contaminated, and we do not contaminate our eyes as well.
Usually I just quickly wash my hands without soap and continue with my business, but the hand washing I have learned today is way beyond.
China-Uganda Friendship Hospital has carried out this hand-washing activity in commemoration of the International Hand Washing Day that happens annually in May. Yoweri for UBC.
Refractory Academy, working with the government of Uganda under the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, has announced the 18th and 19th of July of this year for the Uganda Developer Summit 2024, the first of its kind at the National ICT Innovation Hub in Nakawa.
The Uganda Developers Summit seeks to provide opportunity to software engineers to engage with corporations and highlight various collaboration opportunities for digital innovators.
I'm new entirely to Uganda, so we need to tap into the tech ecosystem in Uganda. Our contribution is to be here, is to listen, to learn, and to present ourselves in the best possible way, and make it clear that we're very much part of the community. So we've created software engineer jobs, but also marketing jobs. So we have two sort of large parts of the business. We've got the software parts of the business, and then we've got the digital marketing part.
The emphasis is based on the training of the next generation of software developers and experts to influence the tech ecosystem.
Markets where talent is becoming a big issue. Markets like Japan, markets like German, markets like the Scandinavian, they have an aging population. And these are conversations that we are constantly having. How do we get young talent into our markets? And it is important that as a country, we begin to create the right environment that then positions this talent for these opportunities.
To bolster development of Uganda's software engineering sector, developers are encouraged to embrace new technologies for the architecture of the digital future. The Developers Summit will begin on the 18th to the 19th of July and is expected to provide coders with skills to compete regionally.
We are going to attract a lot of investors. There are a lot of investment opportunities going to be attracted, but also a lot of direct contribution to the jobs market. Currently, the ICT community is the second largest employer to the job market next to agriculture.
The amount of opportunities that exist just in the last year from what software, from what technology has been able to unlock is astounding. The most important thing about being a developer is that you can, as long as you're committed to your craft and you're building your skill and you're deploying it appropriately, you will be incredibly well positioned to tap local, Pan-African and international opportunities. And most importantly for us, if you're intent in how and what you're using your skill for, you will be able to transform the world.
For tech to thrive in the aspiration of the digital economy, public-private partnership is emphasized and the integration of the digital tech into their business modules. This year's Uganda Developers Summit is under the theme, Positioning Uganda's Tech Talent for Digital Economy Growth. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Lukomwa for UBC.
An internal audit report from the Office of the Auditor General shows that lecturers could be partly to blame for the education disparities in most public universities. The report is meant to strengthen accountability and self-regulation among public entities and other government institutions.
There is a time when I was the chairman of Finance and Administration at Makerere University Council. We had an issue whereby we had a lot of part-time lecturers. So the money which could pay for, could be used to recruit staff was used to pay part-time lecturers. And who were the part-time lecturers? These were the permanent lecturers. Okay? I made a proposal to the council. I said, let's do an audit of the teaching hours, teaching load. Give us timetables. What we discovered was shocking. Most of the professors, especially in humanities, in public universities, don't teach. Days of being taught by professors had gone. We ended up discovering the distortion in the quality of courses, duplication of courses. So faculties were duplicating courses. And then we said, now, if we are to introduce a new course, we want you to show us, number one, the teaching space. Where would they study from? Because some of us who studied social sciences, we used to study by rumor. To study by rumor, we were very many in class. So, and the room was small, so some of you would stand outside, ask your neighbor. So he gives you a rumor of what the lecturer has said. We said, no. This can't continue. So we said, one, we need you to tell us, where will you teach students from? Do you have teaching space?
Court in Jinja has restrained Sheikh Shaban Mobaje from calling himself the legitimate Mufti of Uganda. An argument raised by Council Areas Luyimbaz and Narukola. The attention of court was drawn to the orders that were directed by Honorable Lady Justice Alexandra Nkonge Rugadia. The acting principal judge on the 22nd of December 2023 said that Sheikh Mobaje had been already retired in public interest by the General Assembly that sat on the 16th and 17th of December 2023, and subsequently His Eminence Sheikh Abdallah Semambo was sworn in by the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council General Assembly as the acting Mufti of Uganda. Logically, this is the status quo that was ordered by court, and this is all in the detail as follows.
Basing on different annexes that were signed by Sheikh Shaban Mobaje as Mufti of Uganda, Lady Justice Farida Shamira Bokiran Tambi, in her submission, cautioned Mobaje to refrain from further committing contempt of court.
To do to the contrary, everything should remain as it is, just as Justice Nkonge ordered the other time in 2023 December. That's what the judge here has re-echoed. And indeed, she has issued an order that all parties should be restrained from tampering with the status quo.
The judge also asked Ali Aluma, who had represented Sheikh Mobaje faction in court proceedings, to rightly advise his boss
for maintaining the status quo until the determination of the matter. So, no party is expected to do to the contrary. Everything should remain as it is, just as Justice Nkonge ordered the other time in 2023 December.
In a heated court session, Mr. Aluma, speaking on behalf of Sheikh Mobaje, asked court to give them 2 more months to recruit new lawyers since their initial lawyers, Mr. Kabega Musa and Dr. Adam Chiwanga Makmut, were disqualified from the case. Counsels Kaketo Siraji and Luyimbazi Narukola objected the move, telling court that it was Mobaje's usual delaying tactic.
And the matter be heard, the court has declined to grant that longer adjournment of 60 days to Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mobaje. After all, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mobaje is no longer the Mufti of Uganda. That's why he came here.
In the ruling, the Lady Justice said, justice should not only be done, but also be seen to be done. She adjourned court to the 15th of May, 2024.
The judge has directed us to appear. We shall come back here on 15th May, 2023 at 9 a.m. to have the matter heard. He should not continue with anything as if he's the Mufti of Uganda. He's not. Therefore, he should stay home.
I'm Nafka Farida and Sekaja Jamil.
Live in concert kujahazi PM Nyonyo Mo hip hop kuna rubale Kulokanga 18 Mei 2024 eno fefe bosi weekend kabakoma rapo na nyina freestyle jangola bomwana wakulu kutebika munganiga saseliva muchamba misana na chinoga tuli marapu melele okinga mtwale bidi vyebi mtwale tano emeza kakande emeza vivya milioni 3 downloading MTN Momo apa osaliwe kebitula 5 kubuli 10 ku tiketi woguli kwa MTN Momo tiketi yagula mtwale gumo ade VIP ebidi chitundu tulina ne bote cruise. See you looking beauty. Itedwa Musente MC MTN Momo give our establishment the angry management.
We've hit refresh with Castle Lights, a premium new look with the shiny silver label, an innovative cold indicator, a premium green neck label for a crisp and easy drinking beer. Fresh new look. Experience the fresh Newcastle Light.
Gear up, grab your running shoes and join the race for life. Run 42, 21 or 5 kilometers to equip Kisoro Hospital's very first ICU. Then, after the finish line, groove all night at the ultimate dance showdown with DJs and performers from Uganda and Kigali. Secure your sport at virungamountainmarathon.org and be a part of history. Save the date, June 1st, 2024 at Shaza Ground, Kisoro Town. Race for a cause. Run for life.
News Tonight. Welcome back from the break and thank you so much for watching. The judiciary is optimistic of building more courts to bring justice near to Ugandans and reduce the cost of rent spent on different court premises. This was revealed by the Judiciary Permanent Secretary, Dr. Pius Bigirimana, during an exclusive interview with UBC TV.
This sparked the construction of the Twin Towers that consists of Supreme Court and Appellant Court, situated at the Judiciary Headquarters in Kampala. The groundbreaking for the construction of the Twin Towers that was officiated by the Emeritus Chief Justice Katrebe Magunda was in the pipeline since 1999. The plan for the construction of the two courts was then approved in 2014, although due to some challenges, the plan was kept for some time by the Judiciary.
There are a number of things that make projects fail. One of them is determination at the scoping stage to determine what to be done. Then at the scoping level, you have got people who compromise. In the process, contingency which has been, which was meant for really addressing the unforeseen things, end up becoming a feast for people.
However, this did not hinder the judiciary to fulfill its intention of building the two courts.
I found, when I came in, I found the bills of quantities. And I asked them, what is happening? They said they have been trying to get funding, but had not succeeded. So they said the problem is money. And I told them that the problem is not money. Actually, the problem is attitude. And I advertised. That was in September. Shortly after I had reached here, the process of procurement was transparent.
The main aim to build these courts was to enhance service delivery, reduce on the cost of renting premises by the judiciary for the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, among other reasons.
There are many implications for the cases being sorted out. Some of them are economic and the others are social. If you have got cases in the court which are not concluded, they affect the livelihood of the people. But also investments. People want to invest, and maybe the cases are not sorted out. It becomes very difficult for investments to take place.
The construction of these two buildings that commenced in May 2022 was to cost 63.9 billion shillings, and the buildings were planned to have 20 chambers for justices, 5 boardrooms, 3 chambers for the registrars, boardrooms and cells for suspects.
But because there is this floor, which is for conferences, because of that fraud, which was not originally in the bills of quantities, and the gym, which was not originally in the bills of quantities. The finish date was 4 years.
For the 3 years of the construction, just of recent, the construction came to an end, with the two buildings standing at the Judiciary headquarters in Kampala. The construction of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal costed the Judiciary 115 billion Ugandan shillings.
It includes the air conditioning, it includes the heating ventilation system, it includes firefighting equipment, it includes ICT. It includes this interior design.
Unlike other structures, these courts carry unique features on them, among others, its interior designs, conference halls that seat over 600 people, court halls that seat 11 justices and 200 litigants, gym, sauna, bedrooms, steam bath, and massage parlor, among others.
Less stressed people, now longer hours of doing the work, not fatigued because they have done exercises, cases heard, cases disposed of, economic cases in the economy, livelihood, and social factors addressed because of this small thing.
Although Supreme Court and Court of Appeal are now housed, the Judiciary is still grappling with the rent for civil, land and anti-corruption court.
So it's a gradual process. The economy is not all that good to enable us construct for every division. But that is what we have saved. Those who are remaining there for maybe 1 year or 2 years, then eventually we shall also construct for them.
Judiciary is however optimistic of the construction of more courts across the country, with others nearing completion. As the Permanent Secretary to the Judiciary, Dr. Pius Bigirimana, explains.
Kamwenge finished, Lyantonde ongoing, Rukunjiri ongoing, Soroti ongoing.
Deborah Namamonde, Tanaba Kenneth, UBC News.
The Indian Women Association in Uganda has brought joy and healing to residents of Lira district in northern Uganda. They have supported treatment of at least 6,000 people in a 3-day medical camp.
These are residents from several villages in Lira in northern Uganda seeking free health care at a medical camp.
Listening with the language, I feel pleased and happy. And especially as a science teacher, I am overwhelmed. We heard of this yesterday when we were having a meeting in the city. Then when we rushed to the mayor's garden, we even went to the Lira hospital. I mean, the eyes clean. Then they said, no, but they're coming to Onitsha. And
I just thank them for bringing those things because we were having a lot of problems and pains.
The camp, organized by Indian Women Association and Humane Africa, attracted many of whom lacked access to proper medical care.
Some of the main challenges that our communities are having, we have malaria, we have challenges of UTIs, we have RTIs, and so it's important that we keep having more of these camps because as you can see today we have had massive turn-ups. Yesterday we had...
The Indian Women Association also distributed free drugs and health supplies to the patients, making a significant impact on the community's health and well-being.
Now we are in Lira, the city Lira. We got the opportunity to do this medical camp through Mr. Dennis Omudi. He is a founder member of Humanitarian Africa Foundation. He approached us after our camp which we did in Lugazi in February.
Our main initiative to make more awareness in the all women who staying in the Lira. So this is our very good experience.
I feel proud to serve community as much as we can. We came with a team from UCI Center Kampala, Victory Dental Hub.
The association plans to organize more such camps in other rural areas of Uganda.
Kenyara Sugar Works has donated 10 full sets of delivery beds to Masindi Main Hospital to improve reproductive health services in the district. The General Manager Ravi Ramalingam, who delivered the consignment, said that the donation follows the company's policy where health is the key pillar of any community and particularly maternal health. Masindi Main Hospital, constructed in 1929 by Uganda Railways as dispensary, is among the oldest hospitals in the country. The in-charge maternity ward Masindi Hospital, Sister Kabasomi Penelope, told UBC that there has been a big demand by expecting mothers who deliver over 20 babies daily. The maternity ward currently has only 2 delivery beds, although the capacity is 100 beds.
Give it back. And also the vision as a company, we are going to grow with the community. It's a community based. We are inherited in the Masindi and in the region. Thank you for accepting us. It's going to continue. As a company, we are also part of the developments and growing together. Thank you.
Sometimes you find us having mothers who have already delivered being the other part. So those other ones which are in the active phase of pregnancy, we put them the other side. That's why you see this demarcation. Yeah. We also have a designated beds. Actually, they're supposed to be more than 2 beds because of the small ward we have. We have 2 beds in the corner there.
So when the mothers come, the ones who are laboring, they are all kept here. Then some few mothers after delivery, we leave them here to rest for 1 hour. Then after 1 hour, we take them to the postnatal ward where they stay there for 24 hours. Then they are discharged as we are monitoring the mothers.
I'm very appreciative for this donation to Masindi Hospital. This donation is going to give us a hand in improving
Following complaints from the public on how persons are always selected to be awarded government medals, this prompted the Office of the President to embark on an outreach program on to sensitize the public on how these medals are awarded. The team has now spent 2 days in Teso sub-region sensitizing the people on the transparency of this program, led by Hajat Samina Malole, the Chancellor of the Presidential Awards Committee.
Since the complaints from the public on how President's Office awards medals to different people, the President's Office embarked on the program to sensitize the public on how these medals are rewarded and how various people are selected. The program that kickstarted earlier this year, the committee is moving around the country engaging different stakeholders. Among them were stakeholders in Teso sub-region. Among those they met were resident city commissioners and security teams headed by resident district commissioners.
Because they are the ones who are closer to the different nominees who have done extraordinary things that benefit their communities and societies. And therefore, we have to come and take them through how they have to nominate them, because many times there are complaints that come through that they bring the wrong people, that others have been sidelined, and we wouldn't want to have that kind of, painting on the local leaders and eventually the ones who vet and our office in particular.
Hajati Zamina Malole asked the stakeholders to focus on identifying individuals suitable for government medals, and that as our office, they are ready to cooperate with leaders in these communities.
Because the people who are given medals or who are awarded medals must be eligible and they should be worthy the recognition.
So who are these people?
People who are worthy the recognition mainly are those who have made a contribution to the development of their communities. They have participated in those outstanding acts where they have been good citizens, because the medals are along lines of good citizenship.
With the need to promote transparency and database management, the committee also digitalized the process. Some of the stakeholders who engaged in the meeting raised concerns to the warding committee, which queries were promised to be addressed by the committee.
At the district, like you said, the district officials, the CAO, the city clerk, the RDC, and the like, are to identify other distinguished members of the public. Supposing it is one of these people who are supposed to identify, to be identified, who identifies them?
I remember in the district we had come up with a system. Every year we appreciate a few staff. And most of the people who benefited at that time was officer attendants, secretaries. It didn't come up. And I don't know whether this has been the system or you have just introduced it, that some of the stakeholders are also involved in the vetting lower before it goes to the center. But for me, all along, I've been thinking of sitting in the center and see Omodini, my friend, let him benefit.
Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Cheers to something refreshingly different. Putting the brakes on a fast-paced world. Slowing down. Just enough to stand out. Cheers to the beer that does it differently. Brewed longer for extra refreshment. Refreshingly Club. Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Gear up, grab your running shoes and join the race for life. Run 42, 21 or 5 kilometers to equip Kisoro Hospital's very first ICU. Then, after the finish line, groove all night at the ultimate dance showdown with DJs and performers from Uganda and Kigali. Secure your sport at virungamountainmarathon.org and be a part of history. Save the date, June 1st, 2024 at Shaza Ground, Kisoro Town. Race for a cause. Run for life.
Abanyakampara na Uganda Yuna. Nobat Events and Awesome Entertainment present Ragey live in Gosa at Lukomwa Cricket Oval on 10th May 2024. Tickets are 20k ordinary and 50k VIP, 1 million gold table and 2 million platinum table. Buy your discounted tickets off the Momo app at only 10k ordinary and 25k VIP. Come represent for Ragey. It's gonna be non-stop entertainment.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight. First Deputy Prime Minister, Minister in charge of East African Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, has called upon the people in Busoga to embrace the presidential skilling hubs that are aiming at solving the unemployment problem in Busoga and the entire country. She made the remarks at Busoga Zonal Presidential Industrial Hub in Jinja while passing out 456 youths after undertaking skilling programs in different disciplines. She congratulated them and pledged her support towards, together with that of fellow members of parliament in Busoga, to support all proposals by the State House Controller and her team that were in line with furthering the president's skilling program. The trainees from 11 districts completed their vocational training and were awarded with certificates. She promised to support the skilled youth in Busoga with at least 15 sewing machines per district and to provide a workspace for the skilled youth to operate.
Era nze saano nsobola okwegulira ekiteeteeyi neegulira buli kimu ne baganda bange nsobola obabeesaawo nikubamu abandi nze nalinga nze tidi kwambala nga itoda bbeeyi ayisaawo eno mbona nga ddala layisi so bana long live NRM, long live Uganda and our dad Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Wenatandika obubadde mpola mpola bosoda tusalanga emikono aye nga tulina ebintu byetwenda aye nebaza Katonda kuba twayega era saawa dino nebaza Katonda yendi nkola mu campaign workshop nafuna omukisa nkolera Bushenyi district in Wishyaka era sawa dino zena asobola okwetusaako akasente nga tisabye muzaire wange nti baba omutwe guli kunuma ndikwenda kutwala omukisa guno okwebaza the President Yoweri Museveni olw'ensonga eno eya skilling abaana bwe twaliteesa ku hubs zino waliwo twali mu kabineti batandika okureportinga hub eno yawa najja okubuuza nti ayenga busoga tuyijigulira wakati busoga ekali kuwa kuba nali kwenda kubaawo nga balidhigulawo wakati abusoga ekali kuwa aye yamala yawa mwatandika era nsanga okubona nti tufuni abaana bangi abakugwike ndikwenda kwebaza Engineer Raymond ni tiimu yo ba instructor mbabo ende bona ukoza omulimu gw'amaani nno okutendeka abaana bano kuba obukugu tumaze obubona mpera ano ndikwenda okusiima abaana atuwali testimony abaana abairi I think bari baana bana wakati bonana balina kye balikola ezirali atyame ku kyalo n'olwekyo tuli kubasaba nti nga we twawiremu gawuni ezo bana tidabwerere gawuni ezo twawiremu timukali bantu ba bulido nekofire timukali bantu ba bulido
Farmers' cooperative societies have appealed for support from government to raise their productivity and efficiency in the agriculture field.
With the limited funding, cooperatives struggle to support their vast number of farmers with the farm inputs as well as set up mechanization centers for improved production.
Yeah, so we have over 16,000 farmers, but of course only having one tractor. And this one tractor is not enough to serve all the farmers.
And secondly, getting seeds is a problem. That's why we come together and try to mobilize ourselves to get the seed.
This hinders farmers' ability to invest in modern farm inputs, which are crucial for improving crop yields and overall profitability. For now, Judith Aliek, the Lango Parliamentary Group chairperson, urges farmers to leverage on government programs and initiatives to promote sustainability in agriculture.
So we need a lot of sensitization on the government supports, yes, because some people don't even understand where they can get these facilities from. And now I can see government giving tractors to districts, but only one tractor in a district will not help this kind of cooperative society. It won't help. So we want government to identify such cooperatives. And they say, okay, we have 10 major cooperatives in Kwale district. So we are giving 100 tractors, or we are giving 20.
She was speaking
for that
during
matter.
the
Maybe
Silver
20
Jubilee
tractors.
celebration
So that
of a little joint cooperative society, which has been instrumental in promoting sustainable farming in the region. Their efforts focus on producing high-quality seeds and supporting farming communities.
This cooperative started way back in 1998. The issue of price still, of course, remains a challenge, because much as we are trying to address this, but at some level, we find that our capacity may not be able to collect all the produce from the rest of the farmers.
With a primary goal to improve the living standard of farming communities through modern farming and collective marketing, the cooperative currently operates in 14 districts across northern Uganda with over 16,000 farmers.
People of Kumi, Ngora, Serere and Soroti districts are set to benefit from an upcoming road construction due to take place. The woman MP for Serere, Helen Adoa, says that the Arab Islamic Bank has come on board to sort out and prepare the issue with the contractor. Adoa, who is also State Minister for Fisheries, says that this will boost the fishing activities in Serere, including one that is prominent, the prominent Kagwara landing site.
The situation of the road from Serere to Soroti is not good. There are patches of tarmac and potholes. And where there is maram, there is dust. This kind of situation is due to become history if plans by government are anything to go by.
Serere, Soroti, Ochapa, Soroti, and Serere, Mgarama, all has been taken care of. The problem is it's a matter of time. You all know how difficult it is to get taxes, and now we are relying on only government taxes. Only taxpayers' money is what we are relying on. But we thank the Arab Islamic banking which has come in.
The plan also includes Kumingora Kagwara Road, leading to Kagwara landing site. Any ordeal associated with the state of these roads will be no more.
It is true, Kumingora Kagwara Road has been like a song. But I want to assure the people of Kumi, Serere, and Ngora that they already have plans, and Islamic Bank is going to handle this.
These are not the only roads requiring such urgent intervention. The road from Bugondo to Kabla is said to be home to accidents, and so is Kateta Pingire Road, which is impassable. Adoa hopes government will equally address this.
The road has not been done well, and now because of the season, people are getting accidents. Then also Kateta Pingire is impassable. We're using now again a boat, which is very embarrassing. But I pray that our government gets money, and whatever it takes, government is trying.
Henry Okrut, UBC.
Land title disagreements between Kwanya District and the church have obstructed the titling of public institutions. Kwanya District Chairman Alex Ogwal reports seeking guidance from the Attorney General with no response. Ogwal was at a community accountability meeting held by the Office of the Prime Minister in Aduku Town Council, Kwanya District.
Most of the public institutions in Kwanya District, including schools and the district headquarters, are situated on untitled land, which is contrary to government policy.
Government policy is that you are not going to buy even a bricks and put on a land without a title or evidence of ownership. But the biggest challenge we are facing now is the conflict between government and the church, the foundation body. Almost all the schools in Kwanya, not only in Kwanya, in conflict with the church and other foundation body.
The district attempted to title the land housing most of public institutions, including schools, but the effort was hindered by the church, which claimed ownership of the land.
You cannot get a title because the church says the land is theirs. Yet even the community people are saying the land was given to the church by their forefathers. For us as government, we are stuck.
The district leaders also attempted to contact the Attorney General for guidance on the matter, but unfortunately, no results were forthcoming.
We have written to Attorney General to give us a proper interpretation of this. We have not yet gotten the result, the feedback, but the biggest challenge is we cannot go ahead and get titles easily in all the schools, including the sub-counties.
Apparently, the district is embroiled in a legal battle with the church over the land housing a seed secondary school in Aduku Town Council.
Right now, we are in court with the church on the land that we have constructed a seed secondary school in Aduku here. We are about to, I'm not going to preempt, but we are about to go to court with the church foundation body in most of the lands that sits the school.
The land title conflict between Kwanya District and the church was brought up during the community accountability meeting hosted by the Office of the Prime Minister in Aduku Town Council, Kwanya District. Okowo Joseph compiled this report.
Corporate companies have been advised to prioritize their employee health despite busy work schedules for better job delivery and efficiency.
Exercise is believed to be a sick leave prevention tool that improves organizational climate, workers' quality of life and performance. Through its monthly activities, Lira Corporate Sports Gala has been promoting health and well-being among corporates in Lira City.
We commend all the corporate companies that are here that have actually enrolled their employees on medical health insurance, and we actually hoping that many other companies are going to join us.
First, second and third outing. So far we have got 18 sickler, of which these people need to be supported financially or to get for them some drugs. You find if they go to the hospital, at times even they fail to get the drug. So we want to generate the money and at least support them.
The event also advocates for employee rights.
Employment is about motivating the worker. Once the worker is motivated, they will be able to perform their duties in accordance with what they are supposed or what they are required to do. But once you don't motivate them, I don't think you'll be able to also achieve your objectives as an entity or a corporate entity for that matter. So one of our core objectives is that the welfare of the employee is paramount. So what do we have to do about this? As an entity, we want to undertake to begin to talk to the employers of these employees to undertake health insurance for their respective workers.
Lira City RCC encouraged the public to embrace the initiative, especially blood donation to save lives.
I'm very impressed because it is not only coming to do physical exercise or competitions, but alongside we are having several health activities that is taking place here. We also have a camp which is for sickle cells, and I'm very impressed because the number of those who tested to find out their status as far as sickle cells is concerned, many today. We have over 40 today who checked.
On every first Sunday of the month, Lira Corporate Gala brings together over 20 companies for socializing and games. The fourth outing saw participants like Coca-Cola, Lira Regional Referral Hospital, lawyers, banking institutions, among others, supporting the city's health initiative. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
That is all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for being there to watch. My name is Michael Jeda Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakon and the whole team. Wish you the best of the night, and we'll leave you with Molen Kenyana, who has the weather forecast report.
Well, a very warm welcome to tonight's weather report. My name is Molen Kenyana. We've had a slight reduction in wet weather activities for most of the areas today. We enjoyed a mix of clouds and sunshine. However, we still did have some rains, especially for the Elgon region and parts of Central. And this, according to our satellite analysis, we still have those moist southeasterly winds that are coming in from the Indian Ocean towards the country. And those are also being enhanced by the local effects, especially over Lake Victoria, as well as Mount Elgon. Now, looking at tomorrow's weather forecast, we do expect to start off with rains that will be across the Lake Victoria Basin and most areas within parts of Central. But also looking at the western part of the country, we expect to have mostly a mix of clouds and sunshine, and that will be across several places within the region. Now, the eastern area, we expect those rains to come through, especially for the area close to Lake Victoria and also across the Elgon region. But the rest of the eastern part will have a mix of clouds and sunshine. Now, the northern area, we expect mostly sunny conditions that will be mixed with cloudy conditions, and we'll also have some rains coming through for the Kyoga region. Later, as we cross over into the afternoon, we'll see more rains developing for much of central. Nakasongola is forecast at a warm 29 degrees. We're also expecting 27 across the nation's capital, Kampala. Now, the western parts of the country will also be having rains developing for several places within the country. 29 for Masindi. We're looking at a chilly day for Kabale Highlands. Temperatures will be going up to 24 degrees. Now, also for eastern Uganda, in the afternoon, we start to see things changing over the area. Mostly warm weather is forecast for Soroti with rainy conditions over there. We're also looking at the Elgon area having mostly rainy conditions with chilly 26 degrees. Now, the northern parts of the country, we do expect those rains to come through again. A warm 30 degrees centigrade is forecast for the Karamoja region. We're looking at most of that across several places. As we cross over into some of the world cities, we're likely to start off with sunny conditions that will be across Beijing. We're also forecasting sunny Conditions for Paris, and cloudy weather is forecast across Qatar with a warm 30 degrees. Now that nicely brings us to the end of tonight's weather report. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Molin Kenyina. I want to wish you a good night.
Inspiring Uganda.